Hey, Peter, do you want to hear some trivia?
Oh, mate, I love a good game of trivia.
Guess what happens when a chook and two pelicans get together?
What's that, mate?
A clucking good time. That's right, you pelicans. The Wobbly Chook has jumped on board, keeping the bird presence strong. Whether you like a pale ale, brown ale, IPA, or a lager, the Wobbly Chook has you catered. Crafted from Yamba's finest chooks.
Better still, Mick, how do we get some Wobbly Chook?
That's easy, P2. Jump online at www.wobblychookbrewingco.com or pop in to 26 Cole Street in the heart of Yamba.
And have a clucking good time.
Cluck out.
Cuckoo! Always remember, don't be a mud gudgeon and drink responsibly.
Welcome back to another episode of the Two Pelicans Podcast. So you would have just missed that.
G'day, you Pelicans.
Here he was. He was sort of hung up on his
Go and have a good time with them a bit later on.
Pelicans landing in 3, 2, 1.
All right. Welcome back to the Two Pelicans. I'm Mick.
I'm Bo.
We are the Two Pelicans, and we are here to make fishing great once again. One cast, one throw, one yarn at a time. And just with all the technology, we've swapped seats. So I'm a lefty now. Bo's a righty. Yeah. Exciting things happen here in this podcast. These are the exciting times for us, and it's always a whirlwind of a trip doing these things and getting our asses together Wednesday afternoon to record. Obviously, you guys should hopefully get this on the Friday, and we go from there. But look, I just want to actually, before we get into today's show, just a massive shout out to I think everyone there that sent us some messages or made some comments on Facebook about our making it to 50, I suppose.
Half century.
Yeah, half century. It was one of them things where, you know what, I didn't know whether we would, to be honest with you, from the get-go. And obviously when P2, decided that he just had too much on. But look, P3 stepped in, and I think we're sort of growing it, continually trying to grow the channel anyhow and move that through. So, look, we've got, we'll get into a little bit later, but we do have something to give away for our 50th episode, and we'll get into that soon. But, mate, what have you been up to for the week?
Nothing really, just working. And then day off, had crappy weather, so pretty much stayed around in the house, did some chores around the house.
So the day off was Monday, wasn't it?
Yeah, day off was Monday.
There was just no stopping in that rain, was there?
Mate, I was very surprised the last 2 days driving up and down the highway, just how much water is still lying around in those flat paddocks.
Yeah.
The drains are definitely going to be running for a while, I reckon. So we might not get much, we might not have much dirty water come down, but there'll be a bit of dirty water coming out, a bit of black water coming out of those drains the next few days, that's for sure. So very uneventful. Played around put the boat under the shoulder and played around with that. Just trying to clean up the cables. I think I'm going to use a heap of old rod socks and feed them through and tuck them all up nice
That's
and
good
neat.
use for them, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
The old rod sock
The
is
old rod
a
sock.
bit of cable management system, we like to call that.
And it's probably a lot cheaper too, going out to Bunnings and buying the actual cable stuff. It's pretty much the same thing. So.
Yeah.
And that, but quite weak. Actually, really, I've been on YouTube just looking at Cresbrook. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of recent stuff. It's all like, I think the recent I saw was like 2 years ago.
Yep. Now, when's this coming up?
This is on the 19th of this month.
Okay, righto. Yep.
19th of July, Cresbrook, sponsored by Fishing Bits. So it's going to be an awesome round. I've never fished Cresbrook before, so I've been loving watching the old videos of Jason Ehrlich and that.
Could find him.
Yeah, could find him. And just the way that he turned through them, like just being like a weekend warrior fishing, like the way that he turns over the fish and understands that bite isn't going to last for an hour. It might last for 20 minutes, and he's confident enough to sit a rod in the rod holder, cast again, and go. Like, it was awesome to watch. So But lots of reports of over the years, a lot of their big fish have gone over. Obviously there'd still be fish in there.
Of course, there's got to be some holding there. So
and that there'd be some local guru out there that smashes them, that doesn't put it on YouTube and stuff like that. So, pretty much just doing research for Cressy and busting it out at Brushy. So
well, that's right. You're down at Brushy there now. So what have I been doing? I've been feeling around with this system a little bit more. I don't think we're going to make a phone call today, but I hope we'll fix that issue. If you listened to it last week, I think it all come through, but it's just whoever we call made us sound, or we sounded a bit robotic. It's something to do with the programs that we use here, and we've tried to. I've watched a few YouTube videos myself, and I think we've eliminated the problem. I did some testing, hence why I tried to call you yesterday, but you didn't pick up. Just
that's
to
why
make
I
sure.
called you. It only come through this morning.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Because I'm like, man, that was last night. But anyhow, my phone's crap. So anyhow, we went through that. I tested it out. So I'm hoping that will work from here on in, and the actual media stuff works. But I think the other issue that we've probably had here is just on and off continuity with the uploading, right? So I don't want to get into too much technical stuff here, but generally we try to upload this as we're talking. It's uploading now. That's how we like to do it, so we're not doing too much double handling of it, and then we can work from it from there. So anyhow, I've sort of worked to try and have that sorted.
I might drop a little hint. I've reached out to a new fella. Lovey stuff.
You got a new bloke?
New bloke, new man crush. I've had this man crush for a while, but this is the first time I've actually reached out to him, and hopefully get him onto the podcast. But I'm not going to let any names out. But I'm just going to let a little tune out, and if anyone this will be probably shit, but if anyone gets half a gist of know who I'm talking about, he's a bit of a foot soldier, but he sort of does a and the old fish come on. So if you know that whistle, get ready, because in the upcoming episodes he's coming on for a chat. So.
And we'll talk about a little bit about that stuff later on, because we're gonna have to start putting an itinerary together here soon. Holy fuck, we've got some shit going on, which is great. You know, I'd rather be like trying to plan all this out and know that all this stuff's happening in the background than just sort of sit here and just go, we did this and we picked our nose and it went really good. So look, we are working behind in the background, and that'll come into fruition soon. It's just timing it with, I guess, is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And all the rest of it. I'll get into a little bit more about that in just a moment. Well, what did I get up to? Well, I was dead set a pelican this weekend. I definitely chose not to go fishing, and then I had a 12-hour bender on the cans. So had a bit of a old school hockey reunion on the Saturday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And sort of strolled down to the old hockey park there, and as I was walking through there, just an old mate that used to play with, and that's just where it started. So,
and you still got your hair? I saw there was a bit of head shaving down at the hockey club.
Yeah,
on the weekend.
Well,
you still got your hair? Or
I don't have any hair, so I never do.
Yeah.
But look, they raised a bit of money there for a local family, and it was also they're doing it for Holly Round for someone that passed away with cancer there a few years ago. So it was a massive day. I think everyone had fun. The crew that I used to kick around with, we all ended up back at the Crown Hotel, and I'm pretty sure I've seen the closeout. Had a few honourable mentions. Lenny the Decky, people that watch my shit on YouTube, he was punted at about 9 o'clock. And somehow I kept my wits to me till close. I don't know how.
Dave, you're slipping there at the Crown, mate. You're letting these hooligans in.
I don't know. This is a proper true yarn. And I do have to connect my phone to tell P2's weekly wisdom. So I am going to have to do that. I'll tell this story first, and then I'll get that going. And as I'm doing that, I'm like practicing like fishing line retrieval here, but it's actually a USB-C cable. Oh shit!
Ooh.
Nearly just lost me fucking glasses. Yeah, look at that. All right,
Oh,
now,
there's the save.
if you're watching this on YouTube, we just look like a bunch of idiots. But
Couldn't let
anyhow,
him drop.
Pelicans. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure this happened. This is a legit story. I'm not making this up. And yeah, I was 20 cans deep. I'd probably say 30 by then. And I said to, I almost come up to me, I'm looking at the DJ gear, right? He's up there, he's doing his DJ stuff, and it's sort of similar stuff to what we have here. And so I've sort of got my head over the DJ gear. And like, yeah, you can imagine I'm sort of like stumbling down, trying to half dance too.
Oh, Black Betty's playing.
Yeah. And anyhow, long story short, the bouncer comes up to me and he goes, mate, if you need to just back off there or else I'm going to have to kick you out. And I sort of turned around and I said, do you know who I am? And this is no word of a lie. He goes, I don't care who you are. We're going to kick you out. And I said, you like fishing? And he's like, yeah. He like looking at me like a dickhead. I said, I'll jump onto this podcast and have a look at it. And then he was like, really? You do a podcast? And I said, yeah, I'm not bullshitting you, mate. And he's like, fuck off. I'm like, no, serious. And so then he's got on his phone and he's looked it up. And he's like, oh, I start listening to that. Anyhow, he left me alone after that. He walked back over to the corner and he had his little earpiece and I think he started listening to it. I shit you not, eh? I shit you not.
I'm curious to know which security guard that was. But
a nice one.
A nice one, yeah. Anyway. They're not that security guards around Grafton aren't that bloody scary, that's for sure.
Oh, it's all right. It wouldn't be my first road day getting myself into a bit of trouble, but we don't go there too often. Try not to at this age. All right, so we're just going to see if I can open this up here and just see whether this works. I think it's going to. So
Words
this is
of wisdom from
the
P2.
The P2. Yeah, what can we do for that? We can just give a little applause or something there. Maybe we should do that afterwards. But it's probably going to be
maybe if it's worth it.
Yeah. Hang on. All right. Where are we there? Yeah.
P2 here. Here's his weekly wisdom. It's currently 1:15 a.m. And the weekly wisdom is don't become a fucking lure maker. Please.
Oh, that's all he's got. Oh, no.
Must be hard coming up to the Lure Expo, buddy. Yeah. I'm feeling for you.
Yeah. Like, I honestly I did not listen to that. And so I'm waiting for some big yarn. And look, I know I've seen this obviously last year while we were doing this podcast and he was preparing for this Lure Expo. He is not stopping, mate. There is timber shavings going left, right, and centre. Spray guns just off the chain. He's probably got the shits of the world by the sounds of that.
Yep. The rums weren't helping that day.
Yeah. He might need something a bit more than rum. But anyhow, good on you, P2, for sharing that with us.
Keep punching, buddy. We look forward to it this weekend.
Yeah, short and sweet, which isn't like you. But anyhow, that's just how we go. So. So anyhow, my big hangover. So that was fucked. Wake up the next morning.
Cassie.
Yeah. Wake up the next morning, had some breakfast and tried to do some work around the house. You know what it's like when you get hungover, you sit there, and then you sit down, you do nothing, you start feeling sorry for yourself.
That's just a big pity shit.
It's a bad space to get into. So I try and be proactive these days and actually get up and try and do something. But
did the trench get finished?
The trench is finished, but it just needs to, it just needs to be worked in a bit more. But it's just too wet to sort of like compact it properly. So, but yeah, I did that for a bit. I put all my stuff on the charge for the boat. I don't know why. I had this idea I might have went fishing, but.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, it was wishful thinking. Then I just sort of sat down and watched some shit movie. And then I went and helped the sister-in-law put a shed together at like 4:00 in the afternoon, which had hammer drills and noisy things. So that was really good for
the head.
Yeah, no, it was really good. So I got that out of my system. I don't think I'll have one of them again until probably the Flathead Classic. So if you go on the Flathead Classic, look out.
Get ready.
Yeah.
Get the tins out.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
good weekend of fishing for a couple of boys.
I was just going to say, let's break into a bit of fishing news.
You want to start with the Queensland Open?
Oh, I can if you want me to.
Oh, well, I'll go.
I've just seen you got some stuff
all right.
written here.
Right, well, let's go. I'll start. We'll start with the good stuff. We'll start with the best. So on the weekend, we had the North Coast Brim and Bass boys do their yearly camp out.
Yep.
Usually done at Tunumbar, but
Yep.
with all the crap going on, the boys decided to go up to Mugra. And what a great decision that was for some of the fellas that went there and fished. So on the Saturday, they had a little big bass session where the guys chucked in $20, and the best top three got the goodies. So on the Saturday, big bass comp went to Glenn from your outdoor experience, whacking a beautiful 1.955 kilo fish. So great fish.
Good job.
Then local
on their gear too. I'd have to assume.
Yeah. No, on the 70 mil jerks of their jerks. Then second place went to local legend Dylan Walsh, getting a 1.897. So that's nothing to. And then following closely in third place, guys, fish better. You can't let this prick get in the fucking podium. Was Tyson Everly getting a 1.695. So good top three fish out of the big basses there. And good to see a couple of New South Wales boys up there showing the Queenslanders how to fish in that dam, even though it was probably New South Wales boys. But
yeah.
So then we go to the Sunday where it was a teams event, and it was your two biggest fish. And taking it out again was Glenn and Simon from the Outdoor Experience, taking their two fish for 3.31 kilos.
So pretty good to back it up. Obviously, they honed in on something that was working.
Yeah, honed in on something very special there. Both their fish were crackers. Then local Queensland legend Braden again, after last week pulling off the QFFT win, comes in and takes second place for 3.123 kilos. So great fortnight, man. Great fortnight.
Yeah.
And then third place, local New South Wales legends, Dan and Glenn, coming in at 3.004 kilos. So good work. Also, a little honourable mention to Junior Big Bash, Tucker Hardy, getting a 614 for the juniors. I think he walked away with a little atomic rod. So, good work. Good work, Tucker.
Yeah.
No.
Shout out to the North Coast Brim and Bass guys as well for just creating something, obviously, with what's going on with Tunumbar at the moment to just think outside the box and make it happen. And obviously the people to support it and go there as well, I think is important as well. So.
Yeah, from all reports, the 100 Club, I think, had like 25 prizes in the 100 Club.
Yeah.
The pulled pork and lamb rolls were...
So I have to ask this here, right?
Fuck me. You fished
I did notice this when I was rolling my eyes through the bits and pieces there.
Went up there with coffee.
Cedric.
I was very nice.
We won't ask how that come about. And anyhow, we'll keep that parked. But did Coffee catch any fish?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. No, they stopped in at Maroon on the way up on the Friday. Whacked some great fish at Maroon. I think Coffee got like a 48 or something at Maroon. And then on pre-fish as well, I think they might have whacked too many fish on pre-fish. But they had
fun.
Yeah, they went up there and had a great time. So that was the main thing.
Yeah, look, I'm just going to roll into the Queensland Open. I actually was going. What's that?
Caught it.
Yeah. I did. Yeah. Well, I had 4 people that I called it on, but I honestly did think the bloke that won, being Luke Rogan, was probably due for one, and he's been really consistent in the boating side. He's been winning stuff in kayaks, and just felt like it was probably his time, and he got it done. I think it was a 4.6 something kilo bag on the Gold Coast, which is just a magic really for the Gold Coast. And then quite a small bag on day 2 going up at up north there, which I think a few guys got a couple of 3 kilo bags, but I think that the bay just sort of held a pretty like monotone line in the way that it fished. So, but the boys did pretty well there. I didn't get to watch his interview. I went down the rabbit warren of other things last night in the YouTube land. I was hoping to watch that, but mate, on behalf of myself, anyhow, Luke, congratulations, top dude. Camped with him, I think there once or twice, and just a nice bloke. And look, who comes second? Bernie Kong. Bernie's once again, he's been really consistent this year in his fishing in the boating series for the ABT. So no surprise. I think there's some guys up there that are just starting to get consistent now. And, like exclude Jamie and that, but there's just other guys there that are becoming really consistent. So, and he's definitely one of them. And I think with the Tweed ABT coming up and how well he done there in the QTS, he'll definitely be someone that'll probably be in that top 10 as well.
Yeah.
So, but look, by all records, everything looked pretty good. I jumped on and had a look at stuff throughout the day, even when I was hungover, and just waiting to see whether anyone could catch Luke. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was just because the bay can produce 4 kilo bags, and they've done it in the past, but.
Shout out to Horn Dog. He had a great second day.
Yeah, I was just about to say he come third, didn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he come third. Yeah,
he was up there. He was up there. Yeah, he was up there. Yeah. But yeah, he had another great homecome on the second day.
Yeah,
comes home strong.
Yeah. So well done to everyone that participated in that. And maybe one day I'll grow a set and have a crack at fishing in the bay. The Gold Coast I'm not too worried about. It's just the bay. Just it's once again a big place to go find fish in an open. And the other thing is that with that too, without being critical of ABT or anything, that they don't generally have like an ABT comp in the bay. Like it's either Bribey Island, and you come down to there, but then you usually only get to the power lines if they open up the full Gold Coast. So there's a little bit there that probably doesn't get fished in like ABTs much, if that makes sense. Notwithstanding the BTA and that, I know go there, so that might be a good place to start for me if I decide to.
I don't know. It scares me. It's just such a big place. There's so much to fish.
All the rest of the other places are big bloody places as well, like Hawkesbury, the Lakes Entrance. They're just huge, man. And at least they're like there's some things to go target, but everything to me starts looking a bit monotonous. And these guys have got it dialed in, and they're just weapons. So well done to everyone that participated in that. And I'm sure there'll be some guys for ABT down at Tweed or up at Tweed Heads from our point of view, but down from there that will be there in August. Now, shirts. We're going to get some shirts made. Now, you're going to hear this possibly on Friday. I might try and release it earlier if I can. But if we don't hear anything from you guys, if you have a particular size, if you want an extra small or a kid's shirt, or if you want an extra large, because I'm usually just going to go up to, I think, XXL, send us a message because by the weekend or by Saturday night, I am going to pull the trigger on that one. Our guys at Estuary Clothing Company, Andrew, is going to help us out there. So big massive shout out to him. As I mentioned in the last one, he's done that done my shirts previously, done an awesome job. And I know there's a lot of other fishers out there that get him to do do their shirts. So shout out to him.
Yeah, I think I've been asked to start looking in for the new 2005-20 Bass Electric shirt. So
yep.
Yeah, he'll probably be getting a phone call from me as well.
Yeah. It's one of the things where I can just ring him up, send in the stuff, and then it just happens.
Yeah.
There's no rolling through all these other dramas that you can have. So massive shout out to him. After,
baby, we're coming. Look out.
We're definitely coming. We are going to set up, and we're going to at least try and do a couple of episodes. If you are in a booth somewhere, give us a shout out. We'll probably see you anyhow. We're going to walk around the whole place. Like last year, we're probably going to ask people 3 questions. One of them will be, what's the newest thing you have this year? That's just standard stuff that everyone wants to know. But the other one's going to be some fucking bizarre questions. So I don't apologise for that.
No.
So look, if you want to be part of that, reach out or we'll find you one of the way. Don't go hiding like some of the people did there last year. We did extract a few people out, so that
don't
was
worry,
good.
I will hunt you down.
Like I said, we're probably going to try and do a couple of episodes later on in the afternoon that night. Obviously around the dinners and all that kind of stuff. We made it work last year. There's no reason why I can't make it work again this year. We just got to finalise our accommodation. So we're just working through that now. Any other bass stuff happening in your world?
I'm still shaking my head about the weather that the guys had down south that are putting the bass out on beaches like Stockton Beach and that. Like,
Yeah.
people are hooking up bass on the beach, and then they're getting chomped by tailor and sharks and that.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the end of my little bass news. Is that
I think we got it's a Clarence Valley Sports Fishing Club July round on this weekend.
Yeah, we've got the Open. We've got the Broome Open happening this Sunday.
What is that? What this is?
Yeah, Broome Open.
Oh, fuck.
Broome Open this Sunday.
Didn't even know that.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I'll be at
it's a Broome Open. It's just not a standard round.
Yeah, no, so it's not a standard round. So it's Broome Open, $100. Paying 100% cash back. So
there you go. I'm glad you're working down at Brushy now because you're getting all the insight now, aren't you?
I'll be there tonight at the meeting.
Okay. So once again, when you hear this, there'll be a meeting, and then it's a new.
I'll talk about it next week. But
we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, I'll be at the meeting tonight. Right. So be interested to see. I don't know if they vote.
I don't know how it works.
I don't know. Is it they do the financial year and they vote, or do they do it at the end of the year?
No, they do it now. I'm pretty sure they always done it in June, July.
Well, here you go, guys. I'm going to throw my name in for the media. For the
media?
Yeah, for the Clarence Valley. So we'll see next week if they like me and I got voted in, or if I got laughed out.
Try not to poison their food, all right?
Well, it depends if I get voted in. If I get voted in, they won't shit themselves. If I don't get voted in, fucking get ready for the fucking toilet, guys. Pissing through a needle.
Oh, dear. Shout out to you, Clarky.
Yeah. So Clarence Valley Fishing Club this weekend. If you aren't doing anything, jump down. I'm pretty sure it's running from Iluka. Good times.
Okay, well,
be interesting to see who takes it out.
I better go clean up my gear then.
The boat's charged. You already said.
Yeah, the boat's charged. I just got to clean up my gear. It's sort of a few things falling apart. And,
also,
reels and that.
God, rod tips.
And rod tips.
Rod tips, yeah. Also, shout out to Bo Sawyer again and the boys and the rest of the crew at S Tackle. As we all know, I'm working at Brushgrove now. They've got a little Brushgrove Fishing Club down there. They have 86 active members.
How good's that?
Gave Bo a quick message, just said, hey, man, can I get some prizes? Any chance I could get some prizes for the kids? Obviously we're happy to chuck in some money and all that. And then the guys from S Tackle sent us down 20 plastics.
Good on them.
And that to hand out for the kids and some adult prizes. So guys, that's awesome. And get ready. We'll flood you next week with a heap of photos of all the kids in their catches. So yeah, awesome. Thanks guys for that.
And shout out, because that obviously back to the story of making fishing great again. Where we can sort of get them prizes out to the young participants. I think that's a really good thing, and it sort of builds up their little tackle collection as well. Without
gets their greasy little fingers out of Dad's box.
Exactly right.
That's where I'm going at.
Yeah. There's nothing like when you get there and you go, there's a few things missing here and there. And my oldest, I actually gave him some stuff there on the weekend, but in years gone by, I think he helped himself to a few things as well.
Yeah.
But anyhow, he's a rock fisherman. He's a
yeah. God bless my old boy upstairs now, but I finally understand what you meant when I used to go. Me and Tyson used to raid your box. I am so sorry. If you're listening up there, mate, I am sorry, because I've got two little rat bags now that just think that if it's in Dad's box, well, it's theirs.
Yeah. And look, talking about going down the YouTube channel there last night, I got stuck watching The Pursuit.
The new one.
The new Pursuit with obviously Chris Hickson, that's been on the show there a few times, and it was all over the Australian Open that was recently done earlier this year. Not the desired result, or probably the filming that Chris wanted to have, but it's good exposure to see, I guess, even the best in the game, how tough sometimes fishing can be.
It just shows the truth behind tournament fishing.
Yeah. And like you sort of watch there, he's down class in the line. He's doing all these little things to try and make these fish bite, and some days you can just do any and everything, and it's just horrendous.
Yep. They can be worse than females. Oops, sorry. Love you, babe.
Yeah. So, but no, it was a really good insight. It was good. You know, the productions that Daiwa do with that sort of stuff are always good anyhow.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just, I don't know, it was just one of them sort of things where you just sit there and go, yeah, I have them days all the time, but but you know what, it's you know, if them guys having them sorts of days, you know that it has to be tough.
And it also makes you feel like not a complete idiot as well.
Yeah. But
makes you feel good about yourself when those days happen to you.
But he still caught his fish. You know, the main thing was he still caught his fish. But I guess the amount of effort and running around, you know, everything from lure change to line change, all these things that he instigated to try and get them 5 fish
to
every
get those
day,
5 fish, yeah.
You know, was a good reminder not to be lazy.
Yeah.
Like the rest of us.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I've realized is that you can't really use your bass gear for your brim gear. You've got to have at least 1 or 2 Pacific brim rods. Yeah,
100%. But anyhow, yeah, look, watch that. It was a good watch. Anyone jump onto the Daiwa page there and give that a watch. Now, talking about Daiwa and the Wobbly Chook, so these guys help us out with our shows throughout the year. Daiwa's also given us a prize pack. Well, given us a couple, but they're giving us a prize pack to give away for our 50th episode. So I'm going to put a post up when this goes live. And what I'm asking our fellow Pelicans, if you can, to be entered into this prize pack, is just to tag someone that isn't following us on Facebook. Now,
ooh, I like that.
That
is good.
That could be because what we do see when people come in as new members, and not that we're saying that they're going to, but there might be a bonus prize if you pull someone in and then the new members come up on our little highlight. I don't know what the hell they call it, the analytical stuff of Facebook. Fucking Facebook,
our notifications.
Yeah. So, but that's the challenge that I'm setting for this prize pack that we're going to do this week. And on top of that too, the Chook's just thrown in a bit of a parallel as well. So
nice.
I'll send a photo out to the Pelicans there later on. And like I said, just comment on the post, tag a mate that's not a follower. And it doesn't even have to be a mate. If you don't like them and they're a dickhead, tag them as well.
Yeah. Tag your mother-in-law.
We don't care. We'll take anyone here at the 2 Pelicans. So
beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. So what else you got here? Mary River.
Yeah. So early on in the week, it's been about 12 years since their last croc sighting in the old Mary River.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little I don't know if it was a bit of a shake up from all the wet weather and cyclones and craziness up Queensland's had at the moment, but the old crocodile came into Mary River for the first time.
Never smile at a crocodile.
No, and that scared the shit out of people.
Yeah.
To the point where 2 days later, they actually came in and euthanized it. So, which I was a little bit disappointed about. Like, I thought, in all honesty, that they probably would have just set a trap and off they went, but obviously me not knowing the area up there, and
they just don't. Yeah,
probably just been a big risk to humans. They decided to end him real quick. So,
So what I was just looking here while we're talking, because I can't spell and talk at the same time. I'm male. What are we with canoeing Olympics? Was that in that river?
In the they were thinking about putting it in the Mary River.
Was it the Mary or Fitzroy? I'm just trying to think.
Probably either one. I wouldn't be happy with.
I know. I've typed that in shit house anyhow. That's all right.
But anyway, the crocs rocked up, and 2 days later,
So if it is that river, then if I'm a competitor coming over, I'd definitely be shitting the gear.
Oh, yeah.
The fuck, you're going to paddle quicker, aren't you?
Oh,
There'd be a world record.
that you'd think so.
It'd be a fucking world record.
And that you'd be sitting over there.
What if anyone gets in one of them Hobie kayaks and goes for a little fucking trudge around for a fish?
It just coming and just crunching the. They'd be over there watching Switzerland guys and whatever Swedish. I think that's what you say. Swedish. Swan. My name's Han. Be over there looking out, watching what's going to kill you when they come to Australia, and they see this saltwater crocodile.
Yeah.
That's what you're rolling against.
Mate, talking about the shit in the water, there was a shark attack there at Cabaretta Beach there. I think it was on the Monday. Yeah.
Young 16-year-old.
Yeah, and if you watch that footage, it is scary how close to the shoreline that shark goes and follows them. I don't know. Did you see that?
Yeah, that kid was a surface lure. And that shark wanted him.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Like,
and
it was...
And followed him back into it. Oh, be lucky to be 2 foot, I'm guessing, because I'm pretty sure I was seeing like knee height there when they were getting out of the water. So,
they could have just been doing high knees.
Yeah, well, they probably were. So, look, shout out to the people that rescued that young fella there. And
the young fella as well. He wasn't going down. I think he punched it half a dozen. Punched and kicked it half a dozen times as well. So.
Yeah, well, obviously in them situations, you got to do something. But, just once again, be careful. I don't know if it really would have been dirty there. Like, I always get cautious, especially when we've just had recent fresh coming out of the river, especially around Yamba.
Look, between Tweed and Yamba, that water scares me. There's some...
These fish behind me scare me. I just try to put that beer down. And
the
fucking hell.
Old coral trout.
Trouty.
And some other American fish. Yeah, nah, that's...
All right, better give me another can.
Another can?
I need another can. It's been a long day. Whew. Yeah, anyhow, that's, bit of interesting stuff. So, anyhow, what else you got on your sheet there, mate? Because I reckon we're going to keep this one fairly short today.
Actually, I'm going to change topic up a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Still on fishing, but not something that we fill in a lot, but we like to do.
Yep.
Out at sea at the moment, it's been a bit red hot. I don't think we're going to be getting out there much at the moment with this weather forecast. But before this weather forecast, a couple of the boys, local fellas around here, been smacking pearlies, some nice snapper.
Yeah, a couple of lads went up to Stanish Bay as well. And done pretty well. Yeah.
Damo and Tice went out the other day. They got onto a heap of tuna and
nice
finger mark and that. So
yeah. I'm still waiting to get out to sea. I was actually going to try and go this weekend, but now that there's a brim open on, I sort of I don't know if I'm going to be able to get past the bar.
Yeah, no, that's where you'll be at.
Yeah, and the river. What do you? It's Big Sea again.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So it'll be awesome conditions as usual.
Yeah.
For a comp.
Yeah, no. But I did see at Iluka, the tackle shop there weighed a 1.44 kilo brim by one of the old Beatties. I think there was a couple of tarwine in the mix as well. So.
Yeah. Well, I've got a red hot tip, and I'm probably at some stage I'm going to visit this spot. But my old fella is a pretty avid fisherman.
Yep.
And he goes fishing somewhere in particular all the time, and he reckoned he got 40 or 50 there the other day. So I'm just keeping that in my spank bank to go and have a look at on Sunday. Wouldn't it be good to go pre-fish?
Oh yeah,
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I've just got other things I've got to do. So I'm sure there'll be 5 brim around there somewhere to catch.
Yeah, there'll be 5 dumb ones.
Yeah, they will be dumb too. But yeah, anyhow, that'll be good. I hope, and tonight, if they and you'll hear this Friday, but just to get that out on social media a bit more, because I there's so much that goes through my news feeds, like that if they shout out, brim open, alert, just so it goes through and people see it, they may have, and I've just missed it. But I found this the other week as well, but it'd just be good to promote.
No, I think what happened is they posted three events at once. Going back looking through, they've posted 3 events at once.
Okay, right.
So,
which is good. at that point, so people save the date. But if you're like me and just got 10,000 other things on, and unfortunately fishing can't be my number one priority all the time, I'm probably not going to, do anything until that week. But if I don't know if it's on that week, I might do something else. But yeah, anyhow, it's just something I've noticed because usually I'd see something previously in the weeks gone by. But anyhow, that'll be your job, mate. If you become the media manager, right? I'll hold you to that task.
Yeah, and that sort of puts me into my plan for sort of what I want to do next year. I'll probably just focus on the electrics and the big river here.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And so
which is enough.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sick of getting spanked on it. And that, so I think I just want to focus on it. So when a comp does come here, I want to be consistent on my river at the pointy end. So
yeah, and that's fair enough. That all makes sense. So
the river's big enough. I'd get bored. I'd go chase something else.
Yeah,
there's plenty of species.
Yeah, that's why I've always liked the idea of going bream fishing, because if bream fishing is not hot, you're always going to find some sort of mad bycatch.
You know what I mean? That way, you start chasing bass.
But bass in dams, I don't know if there's a lot of bycatch.
Oh, yeah, but that's shit.
Yeah,
except for the tigers. Tigers are good. Tigers and yellowbelly
bream
are
fishing
good.
tick.
Yeah, but the tilapia and carp and
tigers would be pretty cool, though.
Yeah, tiger is cool. Tiger, it took me fucking 3 years. In 3 years, I dropped 5.
Yeah.
And then one day at good old Hins Dam, the Jabberjaw just recently got released. And I thought, good chance to give this a go. It was a nice, bright, sunny day. I'll work the Jabberjaw, and it's got the metal bib, so a bit of flash. Brings me back to the good old River King days. And threw it out, did 3 winds, and got the toga, and it stayed on. I was
because they are very good at getting off the hook, aren't they?
Yeah. So in 3 years, I dropped 5.
Yep.
1 was at Hins and 4 was at Cania.
Yep.
And all the ones at Cania were on spinnerboats.
Yep.
And the other one at Hins was on frog.
Okay.
You're probably never going to catch a toga on a frog with that one. There'll be some bastard out there who'll post up on Facebook.
We do that all the time.
Catch them all the time. Yeah, bastard. Show off.
So what have we got here? Bass?
No, that's the Bass Stockton. That's Bass Electrics. Oh,
what's that one?
That's after.
Yeah, that's all right. You got hand on like me. It's like fucking doctors.
Yeah, that was me in the kitchen.
No, that's it. That's how we do things here at the Two Pelicans Podcast. Just scribble it down, and then
you should see how I write Camembert. Oh, Camembert.
Camembert.
It's come on a bear. Throws people out all the time. They're like, "Why is it?"
Is that like cumber?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Same but different.
All right, guys. Look, we're probably going to keep that at a short show today. We're just transitioning into both of us sort of have some different work lives happening at the moment, and so we're probably going to we've just been talking about before. We might film a little bit earlier in the week and release it midweek, but we just have to see how things pan out. There's a few things we have to juggle and adjust to do that. But once again, if you have any questions or queries, anything that you want us to cover, any issues, thoughts, or concerns that have come up, like the Kyogle Fishing Club and Toonabar Dam issue. It just come to my head. I did write that down somewhere. I'm sure of it. You did?
No, but speaking on that, I think this is a cop and bullshit cop out, and I'm just going to say it out. Fucking is. They've already closed the gates, and they've used this week's weather, as the reasoning behind it. But I think now that the gate is closed, the gate is fucking closed.
And they've closed
the
boat ramp because of Hyson or something.
Yep. So I think now that locks on that gate, it's going to be very hard to get off, unfortunately.
And this is why that you guys, the supporters out there, got behind that and signed that petition. But it's not to, hopefully something happens in that background, but you just got to keep lobbying for it and pushing the buttons where I guess anyone that has interest in fishing can, and keep stirring up the pollies because this example is how things get closed up, right?
Yeah.
And we, from a fishing point of view, a lifestyle point of view, we don't want that. So, guys, keep fighting the fight there. We're always sort of watching it in the background, and if there's anything we can do for either the tuna bar guys, or if there's another issue coming up in your local area, then please reach out to us. Now, this just makes me, I'm trying to wrap the show up here, and then shit comes to my mind, and I think, fuck, we should probably talk about that.
Well, quickly while you're doing that.
Yep.
Glenn and Simon from the Great Outdoors Experience have just dropped their new hide up apparel, new hats, jumpers. Jump over to the website and have a look. As you can see, I'm looking nice and fresh, nice and warm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I noticed that, but I was just too busy trying to set all this shit up.
And that, love the jumpers, love it.
Yeah.
Little logo on the sleeve top, and then on the back there of the booty of the jumper. So,
mate, one thing I'd say about them guys is they're massive supporters of fishermen. You know what I mean? Like, they go out of their way. They comment on people's catches. Sort of reminds me of probably Steve Steer a little bit in that respect. That's
they're men of the people.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I'm not having a dig at any other company when I say that, but it's refreshing as a fisherman to see, these tackle suppliers reach out and say, that's awesome that you did that on that product or whatever. And I think sometimes these guys don't even tag these guys in it. They're following all these fishermen.
Yeah.
You know? There's nothing worse than a fisherman. And hang on. Should I check my words here? Nah, fuck it. There's nothing worse than like a rep in something, right? So let's just say, for example, I don't know. I'm trying to steer away from the fishing industry here. I'm trying. But let's not use the fishing industry. Let's use golf.
Yep.
Okay. They're a golf rep. They sell golf equipment to people. But they don't play golf. They're not interested in golf. They don't turn up to golf tournaments. They don't go and assist in any training, assistance, help. They just sell clubs.
Sell a putter.
I'm an order taker, blah, blah, blah. I think it's refreshing to see these guys flipping that on its head and being involved in everything. Like these comps, they were at this comp.
Yeah.
Just unreal. And
chucked in price price packs for it.
Like Matt Fraser the other week at the QTS, they're fishing. You know? Mick Horn, it's just refreshing to see that stuff. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, family and other priorities come in first. But I just feel that there's some people out there that don't. How can I say it? Yeah, they just don't take the interest that they need to, especially when they're working within that industry. So anyhow. All right, so I've just switched this over here. Oh, terrible driver while I'm thinking of podcasting and trying to steer phones. It's definitely something I'm going to work on, children. All right. So I was just going back. Yeah, it's probably stuff I don't need to mention on this. No, it was all good. All right. Well, that was just 2 minutes that everyone's just lost to their lives and won't get back. But look, you've been listening to the Two Pelicans podcast. I'm Mick.
I'm Bo.
And we are the Two Pelicans.